Welcome guys, so this is my first Brothers War quick draft, so I'll just get straight into it. So the season's just turned over, I'm in Silver 1, and the plan is just to do 3 drafts, use up my gold and yeah, get a few. We're just trying to improve the collection and get a few rares, so we're just rare drafting. But this is a fantastic rare, Titania's Command. So you usually make 2 bear tokens and put 2 +1/+1s on each creature, so you get a couple of 4/4 bears. So I think we're going green. Now, if you go mono green, there is a so in this set. I've just been looking up at the guide on I think on Draft Sim. So for each colour there is a card, such as Flow of Knowledge, that rewards you for playing a mono-colour deck. The green one is an aura that gives +1/+1 for each forest you control. So it's not a very good one. So we probably want to pair up with another colour. And this card rewards us for going wide. So there's the blue deck. Green and blue is usually getting power stones and ramping out big creatures. There's a green and white artifacts deck, which is pretty interesting. Green and red would be a bit more aggressive. Yeah. So anyway, we'll look through these. I don't think it's going to be Flow of Knowledge. Gnawing Vermin. You could mill yourself with this. There's a green-black graveyard deck. Haywire Mite. That's pretty good. I mean, it's a 1/1 for 1. You can take out an artifact or an enchantment, so it's like a disenchant, but it's also just an extra body. Also in this set we get retro artifacts, so we've got Mishra's Bauble here. So this is basically just playing this. You've got a 39 card deck, because it just doesn't. It's 0 cost, and you get to draw a card next upkeep, and it just gives you a little bit of information. So that's actually really good. Right, it's a white combat trick. So decent artifact creature there. Takazi's on Onulet, counter spell. Flying creature, it's pretty good. So the other thing to remember, there's of course the BREAD acronym you may have heard of. Bombs, removal, evasion, aggro, and dross. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what to look for. So evasion's pretty important. But then we've got removal there, disfigure, -2/-2, pretty good against aggressive decks. But Haywire Mite is also removal. It's pretty significant in this format. There's quite a few artifacts, and there's also a few enchantments as well. Prison Sentence is basically the pacifism effect in this set, so could be good for getting rid of that. So 3/1 reach, Unleash Shell, 5 damage removal spell. So that's a pretty solid removal. Quite a commitment to red, I would say, if you're going for this. Then we've got another green removal spell. So this is the fight spell. Sorcery speed, but you get +1/+2. So that's definitely pretty decent. So this is a mine worker. There are 3 different assembly workers in this set. So you could if you have, as it says here, power plant worker, tower worker, mine worker, all of their abilities get buffed up. So this is the one that taps to gain you some life. It's just a 2/1 creature, but it's not amazing. Stone retrieval unit gives you a power stone, but it's a 2/3 creature for 4. So the best card for my deck, I think, is Haywire Mite, because it's cheap, it's a creature, it's also a removal spell. It's just very flexible. It's actually doing two things in the deck, so I think we take that one. Even though Mishra's Bauble is like having a one less card in the deck, I think I'd rather have a really good answer card. Okay, another Flow of Knowledge. So yeah, mono blue deck would have been pretty good. Fall of Krug. Not that great. Mask of the Jadecrafter, pretty fantastic. So this, it's green to unearth, so it's kind of a green card. This is a good payoff if we have lots of Power Stones. I think this is winning here. It lets us stay in green. Mite Stone's animation is good because it's a cantrip. It draws you a card and it makes a 4/4. Turns a Power Stone basically into a 4/4 creature. Another Unleash Shell, so we kind of... I feel like we've missed the boat on the red removal here. I could have had two of these. But down here we've got Gnarlroot Pallbearer, so this is pretty good for... particularly if you're a graveyard deck. 5/5 trample for 6, but also it pumps something up according to the number of creature cards you have in your graveyard. Pretty good. But also we've got Rust Goliath, so this is the you can prototype it for 5 mana to make a 3/5 reach trample. It's pretty good. So we might just hope that one of these two big creatures rotates around. So in 8 picks time, pick 11. Hopefully one of these will be available. I think the Jadecrafter, Mask of the Jadecrafter is just pretty good here. So, just wondering, it might be able to go mono green in pack 1 and then just see what rare we get in pack 2 and sort of decide at that point what we're doing. Okay, this is quite a commitment to black. It's quite nice to have that option between sweeping my opponent's board for 1 damage or drawing 2 cards. So this is a colourless evasion creature, so 2/1 for 3 mana. Not bad. Powerstone Fracture, I'd say that's a pretty good removal card. Right, Burrowing Razormaw is the green card here, so when it dies, mill 4 cards. So this could help a graveyard-based strategy. And 4/2 for 3 is alright. It's quite aggressive. We have Takaji's Dig Site, so colourless land helps us dig through our deck. Swift Gear Drake would be another flyer, but it's 5 mana for a 2/4. And let's just put something from the graveyard on the bottom of the library. Right, so this is green, but we don't know if we care about the graveyard that much. But we do have 1 unearth card so far, so it could be important. Having a 2/1 flyer is pretty decent. Is Pristine Talisman any good? So this, you can tap it for... Yeah, this helps you ramp out and gain life. A bit like a Power Stone, but you can use it for anything. I think I will go for the Thopter here. Okay, we have Transmogrant Altar. I tried using this in Brothers War Sealed. Mixed results. So it turns out it's quite mana intensive to trying to sacrifice creatures to make 3/3s. It's pretty good, but don't get carried away with this card, I think. Okay, Mishra's Research Desk is quite good, but it's again, that would be going into red. The Cradle Clearcutter is ramp, and you can get a 1/3 for 3 that makes 1 mana, or it can be quite a big ramp spell. And that's the uncommon. Right, Soul Guide Lantern could be quite useful, and it's something that can replace itself. You can attack their graveyard. Down here, though, Blanchwood Prowler is really good, so this can help you hit your lands. I think this is definitely good. Perimeter Patrol is just sort of an aggro card, 3/3 for 3. Pretty good. Then we've got Rust Goliath, so this is another thing that can stop flyers. Kind of a big top end kind of card. So I think probably the Prowler might be the best card, but I really like the Cradle Clearcutter. This is kind of this enables other strategies. So this kind of helps you get to maybe a 10 mana Rust Goliath. So I think this card's more interesting. So I'm going to go for it. Cradle Clearcutter. Oh, there's loads of green cards here. That's cool. Right, ignore these. So Boulder Branch Golem. This is just a very solid common which gains you a bunch of life. 4 mana, 3/3, gains you 3 life. Very solid. Stalwart. It's a bit more ramp. You've got to tap something else though. Fog of War. Yeah, just a fog. Not that exciting. Also costs 3 mana. Hoarding Recluse I really, really like though, because it's got reach and death touch, so this is another thing that stops flyers, which is always important, I find, in limited. But it's also got death touch, so it trades with a really big creature as well. So I think I rate this above a Boulder Branch Golem, to be honest. I'm going to try and get as many of these as I can. Okay. Another chance at Mishra's Bauble, but we might want one of these cool green cards here. So it's another shot at Rust Goliath. I think this seems to be going late, I would say. I reckon we'll pick one of these up before long. I like the Pallbearer, but I think it's still Hoarding Recluse. I think the more of these we pick up, the better. Okay, Thran Power Suit's very interesting. So, but yeah, it works with auras and equipment. It's not realistic for this deck. Goblin Firebomb. 7 mana is very expensive, but if you can get there, it's killing anything is quite good. And I think we take this is where we do take the Blanchwood Prowler. Springleaf Drum lets you tap an untapped creature and add 1 mana of any colour. So this is pretty nice. It's mana fixing. It's quite. The argument for this is we're in pack 1. We don't know what rares we'll get in pack 2 and pack 3. This lets us possibly, splash those rares in the deck. We have another Blanchwood Prowler, which does a similar kind of thing. We can mill 3 cards and dig for the next land, which could be good. Gaia's Gift is a very powerful combat trick. We hope we pick up a few of these later, I think. I'm hoping I'll get more Blanchwood Prowlers later. I think think we'll give the Springleaf Drum a try. It's going to help us if we want to splash another colour. Okay, so we're out of green cards now. So this thing unearths with white mana. Or we can take a nice removal spell. Yeah, I think I might rate Unleash Shell a bit higher than Disfigure because it kills more things, basically. I guess I'm not too inspired by Mine Worker and Stone Retrieval Unit. But this is sort of emergency ramp. This gives you a Power Stone token. This can help us with a few things. So I'm just thinking, so in black there's Gix's Caress, which gives you a Power Stone, but there's a couple of things in red which gives you Power Stones. It's not inconceivable we could be green red. Yeah, I think we'll go for the Unleashed Shell. Removal is good. Okay, Fall of Krug, however, I don't think is good enough. Because we're in best of one. We don't know if our opponents are going to be playing 1/1 tokens. This could just be a big expensive card that does nothing. We've got Gnarlroot Pallbearer, so we could go for a bit of a graveyard theme with that, or we could go for the big Rascaliath. So we've seen this guy turn up 4 or 5 times. I think we can always pick one up later. It's not necessary for the deck. We've got Hoarding Recluses to defend us in the air. So I think we'll take the Pallbearer here. Okay. Take the green creature. That's pretty good. So another Blanchwood Prowler there. Or we could take Soul Guide Lantern, which does attack the opponent's graveyard. It's just a couple of mana to replace itself, so it's a little bit like the Mishra's Bauble, but it's like a couple of mana. I think I like a second Blanchwood Prowler a bit more, though. That says consistency to me. Okay. I don't think we'd ever play for Fog of War. I'm going to take the uncommon. That's a stroke of luck. We've hit a green rare in pack 2 as well. Elf Shaman for 2 mana. 2/2. Green and tap. Discard a creature card. Search your library for a creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, and then shuffle. That sounds very good. So, late game we could top deck Blanchwood Prowler, discard it with Fauna Shaman to find a big creature. Sounds good. Oh, that's nice. We have another rare. So we are just rare drafting these guys. So we're taking Urza, Prince of Krug. I don't think there's any way we can splash him in the deck. Definitely a very powerful one. Sigil of Valor, right. So yeah, you can, if you have a lot of creatures and you need to break through a powerful defense, you can put this on one of your creatures. Could be quite a good breakthrough card. Because we've got some decent defenses so far. That might be quite useful. We've also got Perimeter Patrol. Aeronaut's Wings. But we might be better off just picking a solid 3/3 creature. So you want to have that nice mana curve with aggressive creatures. Yeah, maybe Perimeter Patrol we prefer here. Another Haywire Mite. I think that's a good pickup. Iron-Craw Crusher. Not bad. Another Mask of the Jadecrafter. Yeah, it's got to be Iron-Craw Crusher here, I think. There's the Blanchwood Armor. So, talking of breakthrough cards, this seems to could be very good in mono green. Looks like we can definitely go mono green. It's that or a Perimeter Patrol or Argothian Sprite. I think we'll give this a shot. And then there's the Gaea's Gift, so we do really want this, at least one of these. Which should go fantastically with Blanchwood Armor, so we can actually protect the target. And, yeah, it's looking mono green now, so I think we'll take the shoot down here. And that's pretty good, isn't it? It is 4 mana, but we should find a target for this. Even though we do already have the 2 Haywire Mites for... Oh, actually, of course, this only targets non-creature artifacts or non-creature enchantments. So this is actually it's not quite as good as I thought. I was imagining this taking out a the citywide demolisher or whatever it's called. But yeah, no, only takes out non-creature stuff. So not as amazing as I thought. Okay, Swiftgear Drake would be another flyer, I suppose. Or we can Wasteful Harvest to mill and bring stuff back. Although I'd be scared about milling Titania's Command. I suppose that could happen already with Blanchwood Prowler, which would be pretty depressing. Well, Swiftgear Drake could obviously fix that problem, potentially, of milling an important spell. That's a good argument for Swiftgear Drake, so we'll grab him. Okay, Sarenth Steelseeker. Pretty good. We've got quite a few artifacts that can work with. There's Arbalest Engineers we could splash for as well, which is not bad. But I think it's got to be the Steelseeker. Decent 2-drop. Wasteful Harvest or Coastal Bulwark. Let's take a Wasteful Harvest. I don't know if we will use this. Let's pick up a Mine Worker here. Oh, Energy Refractor is pretty good. Yeah. Argothian Sprite, nice. Decent 2-drop evasion creature. Very late pick. Okay, I think sideboard that. See what we got here. Okay. Scrap Trawl is very interesting. Let me just read Haywire Mite. Interesting. So you sacrifice Haywire Mite. It doesn't get exiled. There's a good chance your Scrap Trawler could help you bring back Haywire Mites, which would be nice. I think I'm just going to do a little check on my collection here. I don't recall if I've wildcarded Brothers War Rare Lands, so this is just a... just going to see if we've got 4-ofs of things. So yeah, okay, we've only got 4-ofs of the Mastery Pass Rares. And I am just curious, I'm going to look at the land as well. Okay, we've actually got 3 foundries, that's pretty good. So my reasoning here, I'm building up my collection, but I'm focusing on standards. So I'm gonna just, I think, grab the Land War Wastes. Scrap Trawler could be quite good in this deck, but it's not necessarily... I'm not sure if it's a bomb. It's pretty good though. Could give us a lot of value. It's a potential bomb. But yeah, I'm just going to take Land War Wastes. Oh, that's interesting. Phyrexian Processor. Yeah, I think we take that one. So I think at this point I'm just going to drop the red from the deck and just see what we have. And we probably don't need an Energy Refractor. We probably don't need a Springleaf Drum at the moment. I'm going to go mono green. We're not splashing any colours. Drop the Mine Worker. And then that is a 23 card deck. So we'll just look at our mana curve now. And that's pretty close to what's recommended. So just a guideline to go for is, well, 17 creatures in the deck. We've got the Mask of the Jadecrafter, so that's an artifact that becomes a creature, so we've got about the right number. So usually you go for 2 1-drops, 7 2-drops, 6 3-drops, I think 4 4-drops, 3 5s, and then 1 6+ drop. So we've got a few more massive creatures and massive things, but I think, yeah, Clearcutter and the Crusher both have prototype options. So the mana curve looks about right. Now, if we look at these cards, we actually have another Blanchwood Armor, which absolutely fits the strategy we're going. So I think we're definitely taking that. There's also other good things. It's another Argothian Sprite. But let's take the Blanchwood Armor. Yeah, Slagstone Refinery is quite hard to use. Suchi Cave Guard. Yeah, I was kind of... I only recently became aware of this card. It sounds like you could... I'm wondering, there must be some kind of infinite mana combo with this guy. Getting 8 mana when it dies seems like a lot. So there's a Stalwart there. To help me ramp. Actually, I don't think I'll play Wasteful Harvest. So yeah, I could go for the Stalwart, I could go for the Giant Growth. I'm not sure about Tornos's Tinkering. It's quite expensive. We do have some expensive things we want to ramp out. We've got one protection spell for our Blanchwood Armor dude. We might play the Stalwart. Let's pick it. Okay, we could go for another Stalwart or the Honor Guard. Honor Guard gets blocked quite easily, but it's got Ward 2. I think that makes it quite a good target for the Blanchwood Armor. So I think that might be a good pick. I don't think we'd play anything here. I'll take a Tornos's Tinkering, probably sideboard it. So another Stalwart, another Perimeter Patrol. Potentially we might play 2 Stalwarts. Battery Bearer is a good reason to splash blue. We have a couple of expensive artifacts as well. I expect this will be more hassle than it's worth playing Battery Bearer. Maybe Argothian Sprite is going to be slightly better than something else. Yeah, I mean, we're going to end up playing Islands and watering down Blanchwood Armor if we play Battery Bearer, I think. We'll go for the Sprite. Okay. Another Honor Guard. Oh yeah, Audacity. So this gives trample. When the creature dies, you get to draw a card. Or rather, when the Audacity goes into the graveyard. Or we get another Blanchwood Prowler just for extra consistency. So potentially you could run less lands the more of these you have. I guess with this is a case of, do we really need trample? It's good on our Blanchwood Armor target, I guess. I think I like a third Blanchwood Prowler a bit more. Take a Sprite. So this helps us if we decide we want to go quite low to the ground. We've got more 2-drops if we want. Okay. So we've got 7 cards to cut. So Haywire Mite could be very good for taking out the pacifism effects. I think, I forget what it's called in this set. Things like Citizen's Arrest, which are going to be pretty good on our Blanchwood Armor target. Right, so maybe we might not be going low to the ground. I think we can, maybe we cut the sprites. I think I prefer the Honor Guard in terms of putting, just because they're good with Blanchwood Armor. Maybe we'll drop the Stalwarts. So the reason for Swift Geared Drake is to put, if we manage to mill Titania's command, that can put it back in the library. But do we have a way of shuffling the deck? Is the next question. Ah, right. Okay, Hoarding Recluse, when it dies, it can put a card from a graveyard on. So Hoarding Recluse does the same job as Swift Geared Drake when it dies. So I think we can drop the Drake. And we could probably drop 1 land as well. If we've got 3 Blanchwood Prowlers. Yeah, the Burrowing Razormaw mills 4 cards. I'm not sure if I want that much mill in the deck, because we don't have much of a payoff. Well, we've got a couple of unearthed things, I suppose. So yeah, maybe drop the Razormaw, and then we'll go for one of the sprites. So yeah, we don't have very many 3-drops now, but we don't have too much removal as well, but shoot down should hit most things. Anyway, I think I'll call that end of part 1. I'll have a bit of a think. I guess it's a pretty straightforward draft though. Just very lucky to get green rares in the first 2 packs. And, well, one of the best green rares in pack 1 as well, Titania's command. Anyway, so thanks for watching so far. And I'm back. So, a couple of just small changes to the deck. I decided, actually, Sarenth Steelseeker might not be the best card in the deck, because I am running 7 artifacts, but I think even 7 artifacts isn't enough, maybe, to justify a Steel Seeker. I think you probably want to be playing 10 plus artifacts. You want to have sort of a dedicated artifact deck with this guy. Basically, if you're playing an artifact after you've played him, you might get a land put into your hand. So he's worth comparing with Blanchwood Prowler. They both do similar things. They both put a land in your hand, basically. I just think the Prowler is just more effective at finding land for you, without sort of needing sort of setup time. So that's been cut. I've gone down to 1 Argothian Sprite. I was thinking about dropping actually the Gnarlroot Pallbearer, but I decided this could be quite a good finisher, and I've actually put Burrowing Razormaw back in. So yeah, this will mill some cards. I've dropped one of the sprites, so we've got 1 sprite, but we've got 7 2-drop creatures and a couple of 1-drop creatures. So you kind of want to get a creature out in the first 2 turns, so that turn 3 potentially you can drop Blanchwood Armor on it and start attacking for a lot of damage. So we kind of got the low end part of the deck, but I think I'm going to keep a few top end threats. It's tempting to drop the Pallbearer because it's a 6 mana creature and put in another sprite or something. I wasn't sure, not sure what to do with Citadel Store. I've left it out. It's yeah, it's not as good as Land of War Elves, because you've got to tap other things. It's quite awkward to use, but potentially, you know, if I get both of these out, I could be casting Titania's Command on turn 4. Maybe more realistically, maybe turn 5. But yeah, maybe it's just not that great of a ramp card. So I'm going to leave them out and just have more effective cards in the deck. But yeah, I don't know if it's the right call there, but I'll just try this this configuration. See how we get on. I'm hoping we'll be all right with 16 forests and the 3 fixing creatures. Okay, so yeah, it is a 2-lander. Fauna Shaman, Mask of the Jadecrafter, Atomical Honor. So we've got 3 2-drops. Didn't hit our fixing thing. Oh, there's a 3rd land. That's good. Oh, I wonder if it's a mono-green matchup. Look, yeah, a mirror match, because he's got the Throw and Power suit to go with his the aura, which is quite interesting. I think we'll go for the Honor Guard here. That's the most aggressive thing. So this will give +1/+1 and Ward 2. Right, so I could offer a trade here. I could just swing in with Honor Guard and then play my Perimeter Patrol. Of course, you can equip that, it becomes a 4/4, I can't kill it. Doesn't get Vigilance though. It's not going to attack. Okay. Sorcery Speed, shoot down. Yeah, that could be quite annoying. But yeah, I can shoot down, and then I can swing in with both of these guys, basically. Which seems reasonable. But we could also play Hoarding Recluse, which trades off. Also reasonable. Yeah, I think Hoarding Recluse is okay here. But yeah, we could have pushed through for 3 damage if we wanted to that turn. Okay, there's another forest, that's good. I think we can hold out for the full-size Clearcutter. This is a sorcery speed effect, isn't it? Yeah. Now, we could just build up the board. We could go Fauna Shaman, Mask of the Jadecrafter. But I guess the Fauna Shaman's not going to get through a 3/3. So I think maybe shoot down Thran Power Suit. Yeah, I didn't expect to be saying those words in this game, but I think hold back Hoarding Recluse. I think that's a good defensive guy to have against maybe a huge golem token. Okay, he's got his Gaia's Gift, so yeah, gets to trade that up into a removal spell. Now he's got a 4/4 as well. And another 4/4. Okay, so I think it's reasonable to trade Hoarding Recluse here. Right, okay, so I can stop him unearthing Mask of the Jadecrafter. Or I can put my shoot down on the bottom of my graveyard and maybe get it later. I'm not too scared about him unearthing that card, to be honest. Okay, Blanchwood Prowler can get us land number 6. Let's see if we're lucky. Yes. We have milled a Blanchwood Armor, but also a Thopter, which isn't too bad. So going to play Fauna Shaman, Mask of the Jadecrafter, and say next. Not going for an attack. So I could actually go for just a 7/7 Mask of the Jadecrafter. Or we can go just thinking about what the other creature is in the deck I could go for. But this is pretty cool. We'll go for the full cost Clearcutter. We'll play a forest. And then we're looking at a 10/10 next turn, which sounds like fun to me. $10/10, right? And even we can unearth it and make a 7/7, which is pretty cool. Goblin Firebomb. Needs a bit more mana for that. Okay, there's the mana for Goblin Firebomb. However, we have Gaia's Gift, which definitely stops that from doing stuff, yeah. Do we want to Blanchwood Prowler? Yeah. grab the forest. I like forests. Yeah. We could have, yeah, used Fauna Shaman there. I'm just going to attack with this one. Oh, pretty cool. Unaffected by summoning sickness. Okay. My turn. This can be used at instant speed. So, yeah, I definitely have a problem here. I can't actually get through. I need trample, basically. Gaia's gift gives trample. That's true. If I just attack with everything, how much gets through? So you can block 5 things. I think we just attack with everything, don't we? These are affected by summoning sickness. You cannot tap them for mana. So you cannot use his Goblin Firebomb. Okay, this gives trample, so we'll do that with this guy. So yeah, he did get to 6 forests in the end there. But our forest finders managed to help us make our land drops there. I think it was a 2-land opening hand as well. Blanchwood Prowlers, they're called, I think. Okay, I'm going first. I've got a 1-drop, and that's a 3-drop. A couple of 3-drops. So it's a risky one. It doesn't have our forest finder. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, just had a random shutdown. I'll have to do something about that at some point. So it looks like we kept the processor. I think I was still in the mulligan decision there. Okay, he has a 1/1 first strike with Fauna Shaman. So I've got good lands this time. We can play all our stuff. So far, it's pretty good. Can pump the team for 5. We're going to keep growing lands. We'll see if that's going to be a problem. And Fauna Shaman is very interesting. You've got to think about all the creature cards that are in your library. That might be good. I think I like the Thopter here. Just as a blocker. We've got to decide how much we're going to processor for. I was thinking 4 life. It's very conservative, but maybe we can do 5 life. Let's live a little. Let's go for 5 life. He doesn't immediately have a disenchant, which is good. It doesn't say sorcery speed, does it? That cannot protect the processor, unfortunately. Okay, let's go next. I'm going to read this again. It definitely doesn't say sorcery speed, does it? Right, good. Been caught out by that so many times. Ornithopter. Okay, he's going to have some way of pumping this up, I'm thinking. Oh yes, he does. He already does. He's got Ambush Paratrooper. Draw a card of that. Very nice. Oh, that guy is getting pumped up as well. Very good. Okay, I think he's red Phyrexian Processor. Knows I can get a 5/5 instantly. Just thinking here, could discard a creature card end of turn, because I don't think the sprite is that good. The safest one to do is the Hoarding Recluse. Gives me a flying blocker. But we're still on the processor plan, I think, here. So actually, a two mana creature probably would have made more sense there. So I could actually double creature. I think, yeah, it makes sense to get as many 5/5s out of this before it gets disenchanted, I think. Okay, nice. He has a 4/4 creature as well. That's now a 5/5. Can he keep pace with my processor here? Maybe he can. He's got a handful of cards as well. I have one creature in the graveyard. It's just a 5/5 creature, so I think no attacks. Enter. There we go, there it is. Artifact creatures bumped by 2, so his Ornithopter now becomes 2/4. Pretty impressive. That's now a 6/6. Pretty impressive. Okay, let's activate that. Okie doke, so I think we're taking 2 in the air. I think we'll double block the Energy Refractor like that. Gaea's Gift will not help us. Yeah, 2 blockers. Take 2. Okay, my turn. That's pretty sweet. Blanchwood Armor means this becomes a huge creature. But let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to play the most safe and defensive way I can by playing Hoarding Recluse, so I can just block the Ornithopter. Because this feels like a winning position. mess up. Maybe that's the best defensive option I've got here in the turn. Right. I think Blanchwood Armor is going to be better when I have my 7th forest, so I can do that and use Processor. Processor does not defend against flyers, and this does defend against flyers, so... This would be quite good as a surprise extra damage when he's tapped out, I'm thinking. Lay down arms he's got in the deck as well. See, that could have taken out the Thopter. Okay. Gaea's Gift also gives me trample. Okay, he's going for it. Now, he is tapped out, is he not? This has got Reach and Death Touch, so I think of that is a kill. Yeah. Okay, my turn. Okay. I think we'll keep up mana for Gaea's Gift and Processor here. So he's got a good blocker here. So I'm going to play it as cagey as possible here. So you can just keep churning the Processor and be able to stop whatever he can do. So that flyer is now 2/3. That's going back, so yeah, draws a card. Nice. That's getting huge. Cards to 18. He's drawn quite a few cards. We will Processor. I go to my turn. Okay. Yes, we have Titania's command. So what we've got to be concerned with here is the swing back potential, right? So I think I swing with 2 minions, 2 7/7s. Keep this back. Swing with a Thopter. Keep this back. Can exile his graveyard for some life points, but I don't think I want to do that. So I'm going to Titania's command. I think that's reasonable. 2 bears and 2 +1/+1s, please. So you, and you go in. Another one? Yeah, we'll chuck another one in. We've got bears to block with. Should be all right, I reckon. His 7/7 has traded off. There'll be some scrying. He's got Blanchwood Armor, Gaea's Gift to give something trample. Onulet. Okay. feel like this should be winning if I do Blanchwood Armor on the flyer. And just sort of attack with everything. We should win. We shouldn't die on the swing back. I'm just, I'm paranoid, I've got to say. Because he is tapped out. He is going to get to 16 life with Yoshin Medic. So Gaea's gift here to get 8 damage through. That should do it. Nice. Good. Bit of a scare there with the, once again, my computer crashing out of nowhere. But I got back into the game quick enough, it seems. Ah, yeah. Excuse me whilst I reset the game. And we're back again. Yeah, so if you do have a crash and you get back into the game, at the end of the game it doesn't go back to Magic Arena, so you just got to reset your machine again. Restart, well, restart Arena again. Well, it's one of those 2-landers. We've got a 1-drop and a 2-drop though, that's quite good. Titania's command in the opening hand. We're going second, so we hope we top deck a land. We do, that's nice. And another land. But we don't have any follow-up here. Of course, what we could do, discard a Hoarding Recluse and find a 2-drop. If we really wanted to make the most of our mana, but it means not swinging in for 2 damage, so doesn't seem great. So yeah, he's got some big stuff. 2/5, very impressive. We've actually drawn enough lands now. We'll be able to Titania's command on turn 6, which is pretty nice. It's nice, he has his own Haywire Mite. Oh, epic confrontation, yeah, takes that guy out, if that's fair enough. That could definitely be a potential threat. Very luckily, we top-decked our other Hoarding Recluse, so that gives us a good defensive line. So it's just Titania's command, make 2 bears, and put the counters on all our creatures, I think. Should Haywire Mite attack? Probably not. We'll just attack with the Recluses. He could trade, basically double block the Haywire Mite and trade off his guy for mine. Oh nice, Skyfisher's Spider sacrifices the mines and kills one of my dudes. Okay, opponent, my graveyard please. Let's put Titania's command back in the deck. Could be a good move, that one, I think. Okay, forest. Right, let's... So the swing back here, gotta remember, is 7 damage, because he can pump, his Iron-Craw Crusher can pump. So I'm gonna swing in with everything, because this time he can... Yeah, the Haywire Mite is gonna have a reasonable trade, I think. And I've got the combat trick as well. So taking out his Crusher seems quite good. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, disfigure on that one. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. And I'll play another creature. Yeah, that's the 1 black mana instant. It's disfigure. Ooh, block there. No. Okay. Cool. That gets us to gold. Very nice. So yeah, that was a 2-lander with Gaea's command in the opening hand, but we got there. We managed to just top deck land, which is lucky. Okay, that seems okay. So I can go Honor Guard into Blanchwood Armor. We've not tried this before. See what kind of removal he's got. What colours he's playing. Okay, black and red it looks like. So you should be able to play any removal cards in response to Blanchwood Armor, which is good. And that will get toughness up to 4, which will be make it a bit harder to deal with. Okay, the Strong Ball. He gets that until the end of next turn. He can play that. Nice. Yeah, I will go ahead and do Blanchwood Armor. So if this didn't have Ward, I'd be worried about Disfigure here. He'd be able to do that in response and get a 2-for-1. So that resolves, gets 6 damage. Pretty good guy. Conceded. Okay. And it's interesting because I have Gaea's Gift in my hand as well. So it might be a bad idea to actually play other stuff. Just hold up Gaea's Gift mana in case he does have a removal spell. That's good. That worked as I hoped it would. I thought the Honor Guard might be good with Blanchwood Armor. It helps if you're on the play. I think on the draw, in that situation, yeah, he could have 3 mana up, potentially, and be able to pay the ward cost and do Disfigure. Okay, we're up against Platinum now. Right. Okay, 3 land, couple of 1-drops, and a 4-drop. A couple of 4-drops, actually. Yes. Keep. Now we're going second. So he's using the Citadel Stalwart. We'll see if this, how good this is at ramping out his stuff. We managed to top deck a 3-drop, which is actually very good. I think we're swinging in with the Mite. Okay, Argothian Sprite. We've got the Blanchwood Armor as well. Just thinking about the green combat tricks. So there's Giant Growth. I think the fight spell is Sorcery Speed. So all of these are quite relevant for when you're thinking about Blanchwood Armor. I don't think they've got that much instant speed removal, if any. But we'll go Perimeter Patrol here. Yeah, we could have made a 4/4 Haywire Mite and swung in. But I think I'm going to hold it until later on. Oh, well, he has black mana. He's tapping that for mana, so 5 mana. Autonomous Assembler. Okay, well, we've drawn our good rare. So 1 and tap, you can put this basically can grow every turn. And yes, the Perimeter Patrol could swing in for 7 damage, potentially. But I'm gonna be defensive. I think I'll play Hoarding Recluse, so I've got a Death Touch to block his big creature. So I'm expecting maybe a removal spell on the Hoarding Recluse here. Get 5 mana. So Overwhelming Remorse is the really good black removal card for 5 mana. Next turn I'm thinking I'll probably just play Iron-Craw Crusher. Oh, Skyfisher Spider. Okay, cool. So he's probably going to kill the Recluse with that, I'm guessing. Okay, now he's going to use that. That's okay. Fair enough. Out of there. No, I'm not going to put that on the bottom of his library, but it is actually an extra life point for when Skyfisher Spider dies. So, now if I block here, this could be a trade. Actually, no. He taps it with 1 mana and becomes a 5/6. So it would be a very foolish thing to do. I was thinking, well, he's probably got giant growth, but no, he doesn't even need giant growth. It's right there on the card. Okay, we are trying to build up towards Titania's command. I think I'd go for the Prowler here. But yeah, this guy's quickly going to get out of control. Give me that forest. Now he's used one removal card. He's got 2 more cards in hand. The question here is, do we pump something up with Blanchwood Armor? Because he's just going to keep swinging in with this and doing loads of damage. But I think we'll pump up something expendable. So I think Blanchwood Armor on the Prowler, make it a 6/6. Of course, he could have, because he's got this, he could have Disfigure at instant speed. I just realised that, because you can just tap anything here. Luckily, he did not. And we know the other card, green, has can make this hexproof and indestructible, and give it +1/+1. So we could be looking at a 7/8 indestructible creature this turn. But it'll be at least a 6/7 when it attacks. So we could block with a Prowler and a Haywire Mite. If he's got a Disfigure, then we could add in a couple more power. We could block with Perimeter Patrol and Prowler. Interesting. Okay, that is black mana. Does he have a Gix's Command or something that needs double black? Yep, it's Gix's Command. Called it. So, that thing's getting lifelink this turn, and I'm going to lose my highest power creature. So there we go. And it's got lifelink, and it can get pumped to 8/9 as well. It doesn't have trample, so effectively we're trading a Haywire Mite here for 7 life. But it's one less thing I can pump up with Titania's command, so I'm kind of losing maybe 3 power from if I, but that's if I top deck a forest. Okay, I'm going to say maybe we can take 7 damage here. It's just because I'm hoping top deck a forest, and then I'm going to have 3 extra power on the board. It's actually 8 damage, my mistake. Okay. Burrowing Razormaw. Or the Crusher. Go for the Crusher, and we'll have to start chump blocking with Haywire Mites. There's not much point swinging in for 2 damage with the Thopter. I'm going to keep all my blockers back, I think. So he could swing in with a Spider as well. So I have a total of 9 power to block with, but obviously that's actually going to have 10 toughness. So we'll just start jump blocking with Haywire Mites. And I gain 2 life, which is nice. So yeah, his Citadel Stalwart has done quite a good job for him this game. He was able to cast Gix's command, basically. So we've hit forest number 6. We're going to have to keep chump blocking with this, so I don't think there's much point playing out the Crusher first before we Titania's command. So we'll do this, do the usual 2 bears, 2+1+1s. Instant speed removal on something. Yeah, he's got a disfigure for the Razormaw. Okay. We were concerned he might have a disfigure. But that puts quite a lot of power on the table. I think 12 extra power. He's got a Scrapwork Cohort in his graveyard. So this is what we just lost. The other, so that's the Blanchwood Armor's gone. Gnarlroot Pallbearer is the, unfortunately that's the payoff. Graveyard payoff that I've got. Okay, he's going to gain even more life, because why not? Shoot down, you say. Exile target artifact. Now, because he's playing black, there is a chance he could be playing the, there is that card removal, hand removal, Gix's Caress, so he could just literally top deck that and get rid of my shoot down. So I think I've got to use this right now and take out this 9/10. And it's sorcery speed, I can't do anything clever with it. There's this risk of the swing back if I attack with too many things. I'm only on 10 life. But Perimeter Patrol could attack and trade with a Golem. Maybe it's reasonable because he is tapped out. You could actually Scrapwork Cohort, make a 3/1 and attack with that. Okay, I think, what the hell? I think I can get away with an attack here. I think I can. Yeah, let's go for it. He's got no cards in hand. He's tapped out as well. He has no way of pumping his stuff. Seems like an easy attack. The only thing is he might be able to bring that back from the graveyard, which could be annoying. Oh, yeah. It would give me Phyrexian Processor now, wouldn't it? So, got to remember, he can tap Blanchwood Prowler and this guy for white mana and bring this back. So there's a 3/1 haster we've got to face. I think I can attack with 1 bear this turn. Go for it. Still feels a bit risky, but double block. Okay. Now we're very suspicious. He's got ways of bringing stuff back, but going to gain 6 life. He is indeed. I wish I had a few life points to spend. Okay. So this could come back and it's got 5 toughness. Do I spend 5 life on Phyrexian Processor? Is the question. Because we're thinking about Boulder Branch Golems being the biggest thing he's got. I'm going to go for it. 5 life. Let's go. The only other thing is Corrupt could be in his deck, and that has a fair amount of damage. He also might have Haywire Mite that comes out, kills the Processor straight away. That would feel quite bad. Okay, he's just hard casting that from his hand. Okay. Gaea's Gift. We like to see that. Now, we've got to be a little bit ballsy to attack, I think, at this point. Being on 5 life. But I feel like I ought to attack with a bear. But obviously he can just take the damage, tap a couple of things, attack with 2/3/1s, and I can only block one of them. Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to respect his ridiculously huge life total at this point. And we can just, well, fingers crossed he does not have any flyers. Let's see how many cards left. I've got 16 versus 20. It could take me 16 turns to take down that life total. Okay, my turn. Okay. Actually play Iron-Craw Crusher at full price, but maybe a 5/5 is the right thing. So I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm okay. I think we're okay. I think I'm going to attack. I can attack with a 5/5. Yeah, that's 5 damage through. Play the forest. We'll keep up Phyrexian Processor mana and Gaea's Gift mana. Okay, there's an Iron-Craw Crusher. Full cost. So that can handle a 5/5. And we've got to just decide, because it's got a very dangerous swing back here. Am I just going to Gaea's Gift? Just attack with 1. Goes through. Forest and turn. How about Iron-Craw Crusher for 4? So I can still do a processor. It's another blocker. Could be important. He's got enough mana to corrupt me to death. So I've got to think about Haywire Mite giving me a surprise 2 extra life. So I think I've got to keep 1 green mana up for this at all times. Okie doke. So, let's keep 5 blockers up. We've got 6 and that. So I think I can attack with 2 5/5s now. That's basically just a 4/5 on attack. So I'll attack with 2 5/5s. So at least he's below his starting life total. That's something. He's going to concede there. Interesting. I guess he didn't have Corrupt in the deck. Would have played on. That's pretty good. That's a nice comeback. Well, I'm glad I've got the Exile Target Artifact card in the deck. A lot of the time I just leave those out because I think they won't be that... there'll be a dead card in about half the matchups, but yep, turned out to be a good choice this time. I think it's that one's a choice between Artifact, Enchantment or Flyer, so it's fairly reasonable. Opponent goes first, and we're very happy to see Blanchwood Prowler to help us hit the 3rd land. We're on the draw, so we're getting that extra card, and it is a forest as well, which is nice. So we want to be extra aggressive. We could play Honor Guard, but I think we want to trade with a 3/1 creature, so I'll play Prowler. Ooh, 3 forests off the top. I don't know if that might be bad. We might not get any more forests, but we'll see. So it's on attack, he gets to exile a card. Okay, up to 3. Yes, he can get pumped up. We'll go with the Honor Guard though, I think. Okay, he might have the 1 damage sweeper thing, but I think that there's one that costs 6. Yeah, I think it's the other set that has that. The 1 damage sweeper costs 6 in this set. Fall of the Krug. Right, so at instant speed, you can sacrifice this guy to do me 1 damage and become a 3/4. But yeah, he's done a good job there, I think, because okay, I think what I do, the Honor Guard blocks, and then he has to sacrifice Harvester, right? He's going to sacrifice Harvester, become a 3/4. Fair enough. I'll take that trade. Oh, and then he's got the Cindermore, which is a 4/3. Yeah. Good follow-up. Did not see that one coming, unfortunately. Now, Iron-Craw Crusher as a 2/5 could be quite good here. Or we can do a couple of 2/2s. Okay, let's go for the big creature. So we know black has disfigure, so -2, -2. 1 black mana. Now red's combat trick, I think I'm just going to bring up. I have some notes on combat tricks. somewhere. Let's have a look. Brothers War. Okay, no I don't. No I don't. Last time the computer crashed, I lost them. So, we've got to say, right, well, first of all, Strongbolt can become a 3/4 creature. We can't even kill that. I don't particularly just want to take 6 damage without him doing anything. We'll give this a shot. He might have Disfigure. I'll just have to take it on the chin. He's got the Whirling Strike. Okay, that's the one I was going to look up. It's I was thinking there's a combat trick that gives him First Strike. Okay, he sacrifices that, of course. So he's drawn 2 cards off the Ichor Wellspring. It's been quite a good one for him. Yeah, now we're in a pretty bad situation. I think we'll play a couple of Grizzly Bears and hope for the best. Hope he doesn't have more combat tricks. Revenant is one of his cards. He's going to unearth that. Why not? Just get all the damage in. He's got 2 things he can sacrifice. This can get to 5 toughness, of course. I think we'll double block the Cindermore. Fingers crossed. Looks like we're taking at least 5 damage. Right, 2 cards left. Have we run him out of combat tricks? Maybe we have. Well, okay. That's getting exiled, or it's gonna get thrown at us for 1 damage. Another Strongbolt. Okay. Could be worse. So Jadecrafter. And make a 3/3. Doesn't seem good. Isn't good enough to beat a Strongbolt that can sacrifice this. We can do Thopter. Thopter Jadecrafter might be good. Or yeah, that's an efficient use of the mana this turn. Jadecrafter, Thopter. Just effectively going to be a chomp blocker, I think. Might soak up a removal spell, we'll see. He's got loads of extra mana to just bring this back to his hand as well. So, let's understand the full ramifications of this attack. So, that's 4 damage, pump to 5 damage, 6 damage. You can get 6 damage through. This just costs him mana and he can replay it. Okay, I'm going to do no blocks. And hopefully he doesn't have Corrupt to finish me off. What's this guy do? 3 or more creature cards. Well, he's only got 1 creature in his graveyard. My deck does love to give me Phyrexian Processor when I'm getting hammered. But can't complain, I suppose. So this guy gets to 3/4 with a sacrificing an artifact. I'm just debating, do we want a 5/5? And then we'll have 2 blockers, and he can get through with 2 things. And he's got things that do direct damage, which is bad. So I think we've got to do a 4/4. And play Haywire Mite. I think that's the only possibility here. Next turn we can get a 2/2. Okay, he had removal, for sure. Overwhelming Remorse. So we can't double block because then we die. That's my first observation. Can I get away with something like that? No, that's not going to work either. So I think the only block that works is that. That's 3 damage, 4 damage he can get through with. Okay, probably a good game there. Emergency World. Nice combo. I like Emergency World. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pay 4 life, because I think that's funny. Cool. I had one of my sealed events. I had Phyrexian Processor, and I was just getting smashed every game I was on the draw. I was getting pressurized and losing lots of life. I'd without fail have Phyrexian Processor in my hand. I'm just unable to play it. Didn't have time to play it. Didn't have the life to spend on it. It can be miserable sometimes when you with that card. Right, on to the next one, I think. So yeah, red black can be pretty aggressive there. Pendragon Strongballs. Pretty nasty. I'm going first this time. We've got a 2/2. We've got Mask. We can play this on turn 3 to ramp. Seems okay. Got the big creature. Okay, so we're up against another Citadel Stalwart. So we'll see how this guy does with this one. Yeah, green and black again. Got to remember, Haywire Mite could take out my my big aura enchantment. Okay, that's nice. That's a 4-drop. I'm thinking swing in here. Quite happy if he wants to double block here, or maybe use a Giant Growth. And I'll play this. So potentially 5 mana next turn. So I guess defensive option would be the Recluse. Aggressive option, Mask of the Jadecrafter, and try and get a 5/5 creature out. But he can also... This actually exiles. This would exile Mask of the Jadecrafter. He can also exile Phyrexian Processor. And that activates as a sorcery, and this activates as an instant, so he would beat me to the punch. He'd be able to get rid of this immediately. I think I don't want to attack with a Clearcutter. I could discard a creature as well with Fauna Shaman. So then I have to rack my brains. I know I have another Hoarding Recluse. I have the yeah. I think I'd rather just use this to attack with. Let's get in there. Good. And we'll play the Recluse. Because we hit another forest, we can play that. Oh, Battle Thopter. Artifact and colorless spells have flash. Whenever you cast a spell, if it's greater than the power on Liberator, he gets pumped up. So very good. Oh, well, okay, he's 3 colors. That's pretty impressive. We have a 2-drop creature, that's pretty cool. So Liberator can probably kill my Fauna Shaman, is my observation here. So I think what I do here, I'll play Mask of the Jadecrafter and see if he wants to activate Haywire Mite. So I can... Interesting, I've still got priority. So I can use this now and make a 3/3 creature, which seems alright. But maybe we want him to blow this up so we can play Processor. That's the head scratcher we've got here. Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him blowing that up. I'll play Tomical Honor Guard as well. And do no attacks. So let's have a look at this. Blow that up end of turn maybe? Coilous Rock, okay. That's a pretty serious flyer. I think Urza will quickly outstrip it, so I think that's the thing I've got to block with Hoarding Recluse. Okay, bushwhacking. Alright. We could tap it in response, but I won't do that. Yeah, that's going away. So I thought it might. Liberator's getting pumped up. Alright, how much life on Processor do we think? I hope he doesn't have another Haywire Mite. He's down to 1 card. He could have played it. He had 1 mana up, he had 2 mana up. So, well, I'll go a little bit ambitious, and I think I'll go for 6 life. He's got a couple of scary flyers. 12, 15, 18. Actually, maybe 4 life, just because he's got big flyers he can kill me with quite quickly. Five life. Let's go for 5. Enough to beat the Razormaw. Right, Haywire Mite number 2, I'm thinking. No, he had shoot down, okay, nice. At least I didn't go crazy and pay 10 life or something. Yeah. Yeah, he's figured it out. He can just attack with that. I don't want to block with it. I had to take that damage. Okay, so this guy doesn't do very much. Well, he's just a 5/5 trample. I think I'll go ahead and play him anyway. Just tap down, sure. So, okay, let's take 3 damage. Got 6 mana. Blanchwood Prowler helps us get to 7 mana though. With any luck. Unfortunately, we miss our shoot down, but that's guaranteed to happen. Okay, next. Okay, so well, this guy kills me in 3 turns from next turn. This guy's killing me in 3 turns. I'll choose this moment to block. Okay, my graveyard. Let's put shoot down in the library. I don't think I actually put a any kind of shuffling effect in the deck. That's the only problem. Go for a Iron-Craw Crusher and no attacks. So if he's got a big spell, he can win in 2 turns. Has to be, is it 4 or greater or 5 or greater? Yeah, it has to be 5 or greater. Thank goodness for that. We top deck a Hoarding Recluse. Okay, so what are we attacking with here? We can... yeah, I think we just attack with the Blanchwood Prowler. Like that. Oh, I see, he's got Cityscape Leveler, sure. Nice. The old instant speed Cityscape Leveler. I mean, sure. Oh well, I have a Hoarding Recluse for what it was worth. Yeah, the old Liberator Cityscape Leveler combo, I guess. Don't need we need we need 2 power, I think, to block with. So this should just kill my Recluse, so I don't have a blocker. Very reasonable. Yeah, let's put something on his library. Let's block this with everything. So it was the, for most of that game it was the flyers question. Just, he had 2 flyers and I had 1 reach creature. And then of course we have the Cityscape Leveler at the end once I've solved the flyers question. Right, on to the next one. So we were doing quite well for a while, but we run into some pretty powerful things. Right, got a 2-drop into Blanchwood Armor. We could always risk it. We'll see. I think if they are tapped out on turn 3, it might be doable. Or if they're just mono green. We'll see if he plays a swamp now and leaves it untapped. Okay. Obliterating Bolt. Well, that will do it. So yes, now we have nothing for turn 3. Okay. This will go Hoarding Recluse here. Three damage, red spell, I'm thinking, that makes a Power Stone token. Okay. Now, Obliterating Bolt, we've just seen, does 4 damage at instant speed. No, sorcery speed. So I'm thinking, what about Blanchwood Armor on this guy? No, I'm going to trade off, because I want to do Blanchwood Armor on Iron-Craw Crusher, I think. Submit 0. I'll feel bad if he's got a big flyer now, but I'm gambling that red-green doesn't have a big flyer. There's Tyrant of Care Ridges in red. Okay, so we kind of need something this turn. We'll have to play the 4 mana version of this, I think. Oh, he does have black in there, so he's probably splashing for Overwhelming Remorse. Interesting, okay, that's a little bit too big. Right, Pallbearer, pump the Crusher, and then attack with a 6/5. And I've got something that can trade with the Juggernaut. Or I can let the Juggernaut through. Does have to attack each turn, so I could Blanchwood Armor and just eat the damage. Okay, there's a removal spell. We'll just eat 5 damage here. Don't want to trade off with that. And if he's got Overwhelming Remorse now, I suppose that is good game. That's a good hit, so he's put Mishra's Research Desk in the graveyard. Okay. Now, do we want to put all of our eggs in one basket and put Blanchwood Armor on our Pallbearer? Because we could play a Prowler. And that would actually get to 7/7. Now we can triple block my Pallbearer here. But I would trade this guy for all 3 of his. That seems like a good trade. I do a lot of damage with if I did put the Blanchwood Armor, but it's like all the eggs in one basket, so I don't want to do that particularly. I mean, on the Pallbearer. So I'm going to swing in. I'm thinking the triple trade here is good. He does get that back with white mana. So I think we'll put the armor on this one. And then play a Haywire Mite in the turn. He might have the 3 damage spell, then he can actually trade off. But he's got shoot down, fair enough. So that's a good game. He had removed it for the aura. So it's a 1-for-1, but yeah, it's exactly what he needed, unfortunately. Is there any point just swinging in and attacking here? Yeah, I'm going to swing in and attack. And end the turn. So I think... Oh, Mask of the Jadecrafter. This doesn't get haste, does it? And this is the thing, he retains priority during his turn, so I can't instantly blow it up with the Haywire Mite. I discovered that in the previous game. Okay, so we can play this for 6, and it's a 3/6. That's a pretty good amount of power and toughness. Blocking a Mishra's Juggernaut, certainly. Okay. Attacks and enter. Ah, well, he's got more removal. Natch. So he had shoot down for my aura. Skyfisher's Spider for the big creature. Can't catch a break here. So obviously that kills me. I'm going to shunt block with Haywire Mite because that gives me some life when it dies. Which could be important. Hoarding Recluse. Okay. Now we've got 4 toughness we're blocking with, but he's attacking with this as well. Okay, so 2 damage gets through with Trample. We might, well, unless he's got anything else, we might survive another turn. So that's got a block there, that's got a block there. Yeah, I guess it started with... okay, let's go back to my graveyard and have a little think. What do we want to put? Yeah, Pallbearer on the bottom of the deck, please. Yeah, it started with attacking with that 5/5 into his 3 creatures, and I thought, oh, he's going to have to trade 3 for 1. That's a good trade. But of course, it didn't work out that way. I think I just had to assume the worst and stay on defense. Oh yeah, he's he can unearth the Juggernaut, so it's definitely a challenging situation for me here. This doesn't gain me life, unfortunately. Let's get a 6/6. Okay, well, done the classic 5-0 followed by 0-3. I think it's looking like. And I died to the Arbalest Engineers. Nice. But yeah, pretty happy with that deck. That did pretty well. We'll just check it out. So, pretty straightforward deck. I first picked Titania's Command. Didn't see any strong reason to go out of green in the first pack. I thought, yeah, those seemed like reasonable cards. I thought I'll wait till I get the rare in pack 2. And of course the rare in pack 2 was Fauna Shaman. And then also I think we got Urza, Prince of Krug as well. But so that just told me to stay mono green and make the most of the payoff card for mono green, which is the Aura, Blanchwood Armor. So I thought, yeah, this is worth a try. Obviously, it's very risky. You need some kind of protection for this to work. So I did get one Gaia's Gift, and I also thought Tomical Honor Guard would be good because it's got Ward 2, so you can maybe get away with, for at least for a few turns, with the turn 3 Blanchwood Armor, and that will help me win one game. I did go Honor Guard, Blanchwood Armor, and they gave up. Yeah, so the question I had was really, should I play Sentinel Stalwart or not? And I kept seeing other people playing it, but they were splashing colours. This is obviously giving you mana fixing, but yeah, I thought my 1-drop slot, I've got 2 Haywire Mites, and that's probably fine. That's probably enough. And I thought the Sarant Steel Seeker wasn't going to be worth it with 7 artifacts. It's probably fine, but I was thinking it's probably slightly fewer artifacts than you want with that card, and probably Blanchwood Prowler is just better. It's going to hit lands more often. Yeah, so it definitely worked out okay, the deck. And what did we lose to? We lost to a quite aggressive black-red deck with Pendragon Strongball. We couldn't deal with that card very effectively. Then we sort of, the next game we lost to Flyers, and then once I found my answer to the Flyers, he played Cityscape Leveler, so we lost to that rare basically in that game, and Urza's Battle Thopter. I think that finished at 4-5, so that's quite a big scary flyer. And then, of course, we just lost that game, so that was... I've already forgotten what happened. Oh, he had... yeah, he just had a 5-3 Juggernaut. And my plan for stopping it was the Blanchwood Armor. He literally had to shoot down to get rid of the Aura. Then I think I had the 3/6 creature. He had removal for that. So just managed to just have removal for all of my answers to his Juggernaut, making me regret attacking with a 5/5 and trading it for 3 of his creatures, which, usually that's a pretty good move, a 3-for-1, but it did not turn out that way. Yeah. We did have one very good game with Phyrexian Processor where we turned the game around after we were losing. I think I went for I made 5/5 Phyrexians, going from 10 life to 5 life, so that was a bit hairy. This card is risky. If you're on the draw and you're against something aggressive, this card tends to be dead. It's because you don't have the time to pay 4 mana, pay life, pay another 4 mana to make the creature. It's just too slow. That's if you actually have time, then this, if you're on the play, for example, it's great. But I'd have liked maybe another source of life gain. I did have the Haywire Mites. Would have been nice, I suppose. Yeah, anyway, I think that's pretty much a video. I'm going to claim my prize now. 650 gems, 2 packs, that's nice. We'll do a little pack check. So I've got a difficult decision. So I'm up to 84 packs. When I finish the next 2 drafts, I've got to decide whether I want to open these or not, or if I want to wait. Maybe I think it might be July, the next Brothers War draft, according to my calculations. So that feels like a long time to wait. I might want to open these and use them in standard. Use all the rares and things. Anyway, that is a video. So thanks for watching.